After 7 months with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, there are exactly two things that annoy me so much I almost switched back to Android. And one feature I completely overlooked at the start. This isn't a 2-week review, this is 7 months of daily use. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way first. The iOS keyboard has a lag. I type and the letters show up half a second later. Not always, not every time, but often enough to drive me crazy. And the frustrating part, it's inconsistent. Sometimes everything works perfectly, and sometimes it feels like my phone just stopped listening to me. Apple, please fix this. The second thing that still bugs me after 7 months, the premium feel just isn't what it used to be. The switch from titanium back to aluminium, I notice it every single day. When I pick up the phone without a case, it simply doesn't feel as high-end as my old iPhone with the titanium frame. And I'm not the only one saying this. For over 1,300 euros, honestly, I expected more. And yet, despite these two issues, I kept the phone. Why? Let's start with the feature I underestimated at the beginning. The front camera with center stage. I know that sounds like a side feature. At launch I thought, nice, but I don't need it. After 7 months, I'm telling you, this is the most important camera upgrade in years for me. I just hold up my iPhone up in portrait mode, the camera recognizes me automatically and keeps me in frame. No more flipping it sideways, no more constantly checking if I'm in the shot. Just hit record. If you make vlogs, film a lot, or use FaceTime daily, you will feel exactly the same way I do. You don't want to go back. This year, Apple gave us 4 times optical zoom and 8 times zoom, that's basically optical quality, because it crops into the 4 times sensor. In real life, that means you can zoom 8 times into subjects without the image turning to mush. No iPhone before this one could do that. I use Apple Lock 2 together with the Blackmagic camera app, and honestly, the results are better than some dedicated cameras. More color depth, more headroom for color grading. What do I never use? Dual capture and ProRes in everyday shooting. I tried dual capture maybe twice, never since. And ProRes files are just way too big. 3 things I really didn't see coming. First, battery health. After 7 months of daily use, I'm still at 100% capacity. I charge wirelessly with MagSafe pretty much every night, and it doesn't seem to hurt the battery at all. That's noticeably better than every older iPhone I've ever owned. And in real life, I get 6 to 7 hours of screen time and still have 20 to 30% left in the evening. Second, the heat management. The new vapor chamber makes a huge difference. In 7 months, I've had my iPhone get generally warm in my hand maybe 2 or 3 times. With older iPhones, overheating while filming or gaming was almost a daily thing. Now it's just a non-issue. Third, display pulse smoothing. This is Apple's solution for PWM flicker. That invisible flickering that gives some people headache or eye strain. If you turn it on under accessibility, it's almost completely gone. And honestly, I haven't noticed any hit to battery life. A small feature, but for people affected by PWM, it's huge. Let's talk design, and yeah, the color too. Cosmic orange was a statement for me. I didn't want black or silver again. And after 7 months, I have to say, I still love it. But here's what nobody tells you. A bold color like this just becomes normal after a few months. At first, everyone asks, oh, what color is that? And after a while, it's just your phone. This coloration over, nothing on mine. But to be fair, I use the iPhone almost every time with a case. I know, I just said aluminium feels less premium than titanium, but day to day the Switch has its upsides too. The edges are more rounded and the phone sits more comfortably in your hand. And the camera plateau, the new camera island, felt weird to me at first. Now I think it looks really sharp. It wobbles less on the desk and looks more modern. On size, I deliberately went to the Pro Max, not the Pro. I love the big display for scrolling, watching YouTube and planning my day. But I get anyone who picks the Pro. The features are identical between the True, and the Pro Max only pulls ahead on battery life. Quick word on the display because there's not much to say. It's the best display ever in an iPhone. 3000 nits of brightness, outside in the direct sunlight, everything is readable. And it doesn't even dim under heat, which used to be a real issue with older iPhones. The speakers, and I don't say this lightly, these are the best speakers I've ever heard on a smartphone. Loud, full, and especially on the low end. A massive step up from older iPhones. I use them in the bathroom for podcasts and in the kitchen for music. And I miss them immediately the moment I pick up another phone. MagSafe is one of my personal favorite features on the iPhone. I have a MagSafe charger on my nightstand and the phone just clicks onto it magnetically. No fishing for cables, no fumbling. With up to 25 watts wirelessly, it's probably fast too. With a cable, I hit 50% in about 20 minutes. Not a record compared to some Android phones, but more enough for my routine. And the best thing about MagSafe is the whole accessory ecosystem. Wallet stand, car mount, power banks, everything just snaps on it magnetically. The A19 Pro chip, it's fast, but honestly, you barely notice it day to day, because iPhones have always been fast. What I do notice, even after 7 months, nothing feels slower than it did on day one. Apps open instantly, animations are smooth, and the chip is powerful enough to run games that were previously console or PC only smoothly on the iPhone. And something a lot of people forget, this phone will probably get 5 to 7 years of updates. So you are covered all the way up to iOS 31, maybe iOS 33. 7 months with the iPhone 17 Pro Max in Cosmic Orange. Am I keeping it? Yes, without hesitation. There are phones with better specs on paper. The Galaxy S26 Ultra has a privacy display, a better zoom camera on paper, and faster charging. And you know what? I don't care. Because at the end of the day, a smartphone isn't about which one has the longest specs sheet. It's about which phone you reach for every day without thinking about it. And that's exactly what the iPhone 17 Pro Max is for me. The camera is ready when I need it, the battery lasts up until I go to bed, the speakers are simply the best. And yeah, iOS annoys me sometimes, but it just works reliably. Will I recommend it to everyone? No. If you have an iPhone 16 Pro Max and you're happy, wait. The improvements are there, but they're not life-changing. But if you're coming from an older iPhone, an iPhone 14, 15 or even Android, this is the iPhone where the upgrade actually pays off. And one honest tips to wrap up, if you're torn between the Pro and the Pro Max, their only real difference is battery and size. Camera, chip, display, all identical. The extra money is only worth it if you really care about the extra runtime and the bigger screen. Otherwise, save a few €100 and go with the Pro. And Cosmic Orange, I'd pick it again in a heartbeat. Drop a comment and tell me which color you went with and whether you feel the same way I do after a few months. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!